Check. 1, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, hey.
I wrote a story of what I wanted the first Music Not Impossible concert to feel like. Half of the audience is deaf, half of the audience can hear. They don't know what they have on, but they have the Music Not Impossible device. When the band starts playing, everybody, whether you can hear or can't hear, would have a shared experience, and that you would create music equality. The way that we receive and experience music would be equal. And that's happening now. The idea that the deaf community feels music mainly by getting hit with one wave of vibration coming off of these huge subs and speakers, that's absurd.
You know, Mick often does this, right? He calls me up and he's like, I see something. I don't know what it is, but this seems wrong to me. Can we fix it?
So Not Impossible Labs is an incubation lab. It's about making technology, but it's technology for the sake of humanity.
Let's just go out and solve it. Well, let's not worry about whether we're the right people for the job. Let's just go out there and try. That's how you create innovation. That's how you get something that's never existed before.
That's essentially how Music Not Impossible was born. Maybe we can figure out how to get around the eardrum, which basically is a receptor of vibration, and go straight to the brain. And the detour that we concluded on was going through the skin.
Many different mechanisms that contribute to the amplifier circuit in which
We were reading up a lot about how the body experiences vibration.
I reach out to Daniel Belquer, who is this musician, theater person who's obsessed with vibration.
It feels comfortable for me not to be comfortable. Everybody will go this way, but I just feel compelled to go that way just to see what happens, you know?
Like any kind of prototype, the earlier versions look Frankenstein-y and wires coming out and bulky. At first it was those just straps of vibrating cell phone motors.
And when I finally accomplished the way I designed it, I put it under my shirt. Okay, everything working. And it's horrible, it doesn't make any sense. It's actually a nightmare, you know? It's kind of surreal.
That was kind of the beauty, is that there were some massive failures.
I'm not feeling anything in the spine.
But I don't recall a moment of me being paralyzed and saying like, oh, what if it doesn't work? If it doesn't work, I'll find another way, you know?
It's not a crazy idea.
It's not crazy.
Just that it hasn't happened, but it's not crazy.
That was where we went from the idea of having a full vest to having things on the wrists, having things on the ankles.
So drums on your ankles, guitars on your wrists, vocals right here, and bass on the base of your spine.
That was when we started feeling the vibration and actually being able to recognize songs.
That's awesome.
The problem was that we're not from the deaf community. So we were just trying this out on people who could hear. But there's a deaf vocalist named Mandy Harvey.
I think she cannot be considered like a deaf singer. She's a singer, period.
So when Daniel communicated with me about Music Not Impossible,
So this is Bob.
he had limited channels, but all of the vibrations were the same. What he was missing was intensity, difference of vibrations.
Mandy's role was to give us a perspective that none of us had. So her feedback was the most relevant.
I would put the wrists probably to the lightest setting.
So we started having a lot of conversations about texture.
The vibration changed intensity for going up or going down.
Yeah, okay. Because at first it was just, oh, sensations, but they all feel the same. We need to have more variation.
They had so much potential to go so much further. Let's keep going. Let's make this better.
We're really good at finding someone who needs to be helped and creating a solution for that one person. What we don't have right now is a track record of taking an idea and scaling it to help many. And that is the secret sauce of Avnet.
They've proven to be masters at helping one, and we've proven to be masters at helping many.
I knew I was working with people who not only had crazy skills, but they also shared our passion with what we were actually trying to accomplish.
The beautiful part about engineers are they're typically wired not to give up. I mean, when they get a problem, they want to get it solved. And we have some of the best engineers on the planet, no doubt.
Met with Daniel Belquer from Not Possible and really started to align on where we were at and what the next phase should look like.
LED lights, more sensors, more comfortable, smaller, sleeker.
Make it something that's ready for mass production and actually mass producing it ourselves.
And I'm watching it go through the iterative process, and it gets better and better every single time.
The primary challenge with the Music Not Impossible was our time frame and the quantity that we were looking to produce for a concert.
The great thing about Life is Beautiful is that it now allows us the opportunity to test Music Not Impossible out on hundreds of people in one shared experience.
Do it again.
With vibration?
To watch them all of a sudden put these devices on.
Get ready for the full effect.
And all of a sudden experience music like they never experienced it before.
Never been to a live concert in my life. I'm very thrilled to come tonight.
You see this on my face? The smile is a perpetual smile because this was absolutely unbelievable.
I actually haven't gotten to see them since it was all wires.
To be able to see the performers, the entire room feeling the same things. It's not just taking the music to an elevated place, but it's taking the meaning to an elevated place, and it's taking the entire performance to a huge elevated place.
Wow, I could feel every single beat throughout my entire body. It was just, you know, this is something that I needed. I felt like I could feel the rhythm, the music, the vibration just allowed me to be completely connected. I felt a way that I had never felt before.
And we were all looking at each other, freaking out, you know? So it was like, I was looking at this person and they were deaf, and I was like, this is amazing.
You're not just going to hear music, but you're going to have this tactile experience of music.
It's making me want to do the dance. It's making me want to dance.
Is going to create this equilibrium, this equality of how all people experience music.
To be able to see the moment when everything stops being technical. We just have this moment when people who can hear and people who cannot hear, they have no boundaries anymore.
It gives us the opportunity to strip away the work and just be people experiencing something together.
You take this concept of being able to take things and transition things from impossible to possible, and then you pair that with the faces of the people who get to be helped by these types of things.
That's my moment when I really say like, okay, mission accomplished.